and subtract and multiply to get some of these problems simplified. So in this first one, my operation is subtraction. I'm going to subtract both of these terms. So I have 5x plus 2, and I'm going to minus 3x. And when I distribute that negative 1 times negative 8, when you subtract a negative 8, you end up adding 8. Now we're going to combine some like terms. So I have a 5x minus 3x, which is 2x. And then I have 2 plus 8 is 10. So I get 2x plus 10. Doing the same thing with addition, it's a bit easier because none of the signs change, whereas the other one, my positive 3 went to a negative 3, my negative 8 went to a positive 8. When you subtract, it changes the sign of the terms. Addition, it just keeps the same sign. So we're going to do 5x plus 2, and it's going to say plus 3, and plus a negative 8, it's just going to say negative 8. So you keep the same signs. So 5x plus 3x gives me 8x. And 2 minus 8 gives me negative 6. Same thing with these. I'm going to do 8x minus 9, and then I'm just adding 2 at the end. So I have to think about what to combine. That 8x is by itself, but then we have negative 9 plus 2 is going to make it negative 7. So there's some addition and subtraction with x's and just regular numbers. And the next one, we have some multiplication. So let's start off with letter F, actually, because that's the simplest multiplication. We're just going to distribute that 2 into both of those terms. So 2 times 8x gives me 16x, and 2 times negative 9 gives me negative 18. Distributing just the 2 to both terms. Now let's jump back up to letter D and see what we get. We have to distribute a couple things here. So I'm going to distribute first the 3. So 3x times 2x, 3 times 2 is going to give me 6, and x times x is x squared. Then if I distribute that to the negative 5, 3x times negative 5 is going to give me negative 15x. And now I need to distribute this 2 in here as well. So 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Is that my final answer? Well, is there anything we can combine? We have x's with x's, so I'm going to keep that 6x squared, but I'm going to combine negative 15x plus 4x is going to give me negative 11x, and then we have minus 10. Now we have 8x minus 9 all squared. And I would love to just say, well, 8x squared is 64x squared, and negative 9 squared is going to be plus 81. This is not true. This is not how you do it. Every time you just square the first and the second term, it's so severe a kitten dies. Don't make any kittens die. We're not going to kill any kittens. We don't want to make that crazy of a mistake. We need to actually just multiply these out. It is 8x minus 9 times 8x minus 9, right? 5 squared is 5 times 5. 6 squared is 6 times 6. So 8x minus 9 squared is going to be 8x minus 9 times 8x minus 9. And now we can multiply these out. So I'm going to distribute 8x times 8x is going to give me 64x squared. 8x times negative 9 is going to give me negative 72x. Inside here I have to distribute the negative 9, so negative 9 times 8 is going to be negative 72x. And lastly, negative 9 times negative 9 is plus 81. So can we combine anything? Well, we do have two x terms to combine. We have negative 72x and negative 72x. So I'm going to keep that 64x squared. I'm going to subtract 144x when we combine these two negative 72's plus 81. So I would put a star on this one. Not only do you have to do some multiplication and distribute, but you have to set up your own problem as well, because you can't just square the first term and square the last term. You have to set up the multiplication, and then you get to multiply it out. And D and E are the same multiplication. It's just one set up nicely for you, and the other one you have to set up for yourself. Knowing that it's squared means it's multiplied by itself.